Hello, guys, and welcome back to the Sovereign Renaissance, a channel where we discuss the arcane, the esoteric, and exploring vast multi-dimensional topics. And in today's topic, we're going to be having a look at the dark social construct and how that presents itself in families and familial units. When a family system transitions from an open configuration to a closed, dark social construct, it triggers a state of psychological negative entropy. By treating external inputs as existential threat, the system actively suppresses individual autonomy to prioritize structural survival. This architectural shift enforces a rigid internal contraction, trading genuine emotional expansion for hypervigilance, enmeshment, and the algorithmic policing of relational boundaries. In psychological and psychological systems, the dark social construct refers to a framework built on scarcity, hypervigilance, control, and insinuation. When a social unit operates under this construct, its foundational goals shift from growth to survival. Here's a breakdown of how these mechanisms enforce contraction over expansion and the specific toll it takes on a family's relational dynamics. Number one, the mechanism: contraction versus expansion. In an expansive social construct thrives on open systems. It encourages the intake of new information, vulnerability, external integration, and individual autonomy. Conversely, a dark social construct forces contraction by operating as a closed system. It views the outside world as inherently hostile and internal divergence as existential threat. Contraction happens through three main levers. Number one, the in-group versus out-group binary. The construct establishes rigid boundaries. Anyone outside the immediate circle is painted as dangerous, untrustworthy, or inferior. Number two, information starvation. To keep the system predictable, information is heavily filtered. Independent thoughts, alternative lifestyles, or outside feedback are restricted. And lastly, number three, energy inversion. Instead of releasing energy outwards into creative pursuits, career risks, or deep friendships, all emotional and psychological energy is forced inward to maintain the family structure's status quo. The impact on family relational dynamics. When a family adopts a contracting dark social construct, whether driven by a highly controlling parent, shared generational trauma, or insular ideological beliefs, the relational dynamics warp in highly predictable ways. The erosion of individuation. In a healthy family, the goal is to raise children who successfully individuate, becoming distinct, autonomous adults. In a contracting system, individuation is treated as betrayal. The family demands enmeshment, where personal boundaries are blurred and an individual's value is tied entirely to how well they reflect the family's collective identity. The roles of becoming The roles become rigid archetypes. To maintain control amidst a contracting environment, the family assigns rigid behavioral roles to its members to manage anxiety and deflect blame. Number one, the enforcer slash gatekeeper. This dictates the rules and monitors the boundaries, ensuring no outside influence slips. Number two, the mirror or golden child reflects back exactly what the system values, sacrificing their authentic self for approval. Number three, the threat, the scapegoat, or the black sheep. The member who points out the contraction or seeks expansion, they are blamed for the family's internal friction, neutralizing their voice. Surveillance over connection. True connection requires psychological safety, but a contracting family relies on surveillance. Members constantly read the room, walk on eggshells, and monitor each other's loyalty. Conversations become performative, focused on compliance rather than genuine emotional exchange. Conditional belonging. Belonging is the birthright of a healthy family system. In a dark social construct, it is currency. Love, attention, and safety are granted conditionally based on your willingness to stay small and compliant. If a member attempts to expand by pursuing an unconventional career, forming outside relationships, or changing a core family narrative, the system instantly threatens excommunication or emotional withdrawal to pull them back into the contractive state. Now, what is the long term trajectory, you might ask? A contracting family system ultimately faces stagnation because it cannot adapt to changing environments or allow its members to grow. It requires increasing amounts of control and manipulation to keep it from fracturing. Ultimately, it's at war with evolution. It's at war with nature itself. Ultimately, the dark social construct operates on a fundamental paradox. In its frantic bid to achieve absolute structural stability through contraction, it ensures its own eventual obsolescence. By treating individuation as a system breach and throttling the flow of external data, the family unit doesn't actually achieve permeance. It merely builds a highly fortified pressure cooker. When a system refuses to expand, it doesn't stabilize, it simply calcifies, waiting for the inevitable internal fracture that occurs within human growth to collide with artificial containment. If you liked today's video, please do like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, goodbye.